What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Budget Fox Body build. Today we're going to take some time to update you on what we've kind of done to Gapple and where we're at, and then hopefully move into some new things and keep rolling on this build. So Jake is not quite here yet, so I'm going to take this opportunity to kind of update you on the car and kind of where we're at and what Jake's been tinkering with, and the updates we've made that I haven't necessarily filmed. So to start with, you can kind of see that Jake has started bolting in the cage. You got the carpet in there. Before you saw the shifter to be mounted in the seat. The only thing he's got really left to do with like the cage is a couple bolts to bolt it in. He also got this rear seat delete from Scott Rod. Yeah, Scott Rod. We're gonna see if we can figure out how to make that fit in there to kind of cover up the battle boxes and make that look just a little bit nicer. You can see that he's kind of been playing around with test fitting some gauges and stuff. He's got the wideband, oil pressure on the right, battery on the left, just some odds and ends, and to kind of get an idea. We still need to mount the harnesses up properly. Up front, he's kind of, you already seen that he ran the fuel, but he did get the sway bar out of here, and we've kind of decided to make a switch to the front suspension. Before we weren't going to do a whole lot to it, but we've kind of found out that the previous owner said they put new springs in here. They said that they were GT springs, but these are like the world's stiffest springs. I don't know out of what car they put them in here. So we're going to switch that up. You'll be seeing that coming, kind of what we're going to do with the front suspension. You've kind of seen what we've done with the rear. So that'll be a good surprise. Hopefully it'll be good and help us move forward on this build. The other thing we worked on, you saw us put the 8.8 in, but you didn't necessarily see anything to do with the brakes. I might have to take a wheel off to show you. Let me see if I can see it here. So you can see we have a caliper mounted up, and you see we kind of got, that's a hard line from, or the soft line with the banjo bolt is from a SN95 Cobra, I believe. We're going to be able to reuse the 7.5 hard line, that is the over axle line. We need to get an adapter from the soft line to the hard line though. As far as brackets, sorry, I think the camera is all janky. So because we used Fox length axles and a Fox body rear end and then SN95 caliper brackets, what we had to actually do is take those caliper brackets, take the right hand one, cut it, and move it over to the left hand side, and then actually bolt it up behind the flange, not in front of it like regular, to make those calipers actually fit, to scoot them back so that the caliper is in there right. And then we had to shim the caliper out a little bit, kind of like you would have to do regularly to fit in caliper. So you can see here a piece of that bracket that we actually cut off, and you can see how this is what fits around kind of the axle. Cut it off so it'll bolt up, and then you take 3 of those bolts and bolt that into place. One of the other things that Jake's kind of already done is went ahead and mounted the bottle. Put a hole through for that, and he also has the blowdown tube. You can see this is the hard line off the 7.5 that we'll be using for the brakes. Other things, that's pretty much it. Some things we still have yet to do. We need to vent his gas tank. We need to, like I said, do all the rear brakes. We need to mount the rear seat delete. We need to work on the gauges. We need to rebuild this Holly. Obviously get the engine in, all those big key things. Clean up some of these other accessories and stuff like this that we're going to try to reuse the alternator off the 2.3, and then get everything kind of buttoned back up. So that's where we're at. We'll get started now.
plates formed kind of strange to get the plate to snug up. And then I was going to put the smaller bolt in once the plate snugged up so I could fit it all the way through and get studs on it.
Thousand years later.
Well, there we go. Let me go get the other stuff. All right. We're gonna do that. It's gotta be right here though. Sharpies
Here, just let me just
top upper drawer. There you go. Okay, I got it. A little dirt. On. Yep. Let's try that. We're almost there. Got her.
Whoops.
Good and tight.
That's tight.
It's good and tight.
So, as you can see, we just finished buttoning up the last final touches for the roll bar. That all looks pretty good. You can tell it's in there, you know, pretty rigid, even though it's not welded in. So next, I'm going to try to get the harnesses in and try to get them connected to the actual roll bar. I don't know how it looks, but pretty good. So now the only thing that's really left to do is the crotch belt. I was saying it has to go through that hole. If it doesn't go through that hole, it doesn't serve its purpose. What I'm thinking about doing is it's plenty long. I'm thinking about drilling a hole behind the seat. Actually, I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but then it'll leave you so that you can actually easily adjust it. So let's give that a whirl, see what happens. Well guys, I think unfortunately that is where I'm going to stop today. Kind of probably a shorter video unless I blend this with 2 other ones, but really what I got to get left on those, what I have left to do on those harnesses is the crotch belt. I said I got to drill a hole in the floor. I'm going to kind of hold off on that. It's starting to get late. And then we got all sorts of other things. Hopefully the engine will be back from the machine shop soon, and we'll have those front end suspension parts and we'll start getting those in. See you guys later. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.